the context of the bad example devotee mood in ISKCON on Gaudiya Mat, what can one do to ensure that this mood does not become common in one's Sangha?
Well, what we're doing is that we're trying to emphasize, consistently emphasize, the inner teachings of devotional service. That we don't just say, okay, do this, do that, chant this, eat that, do this ritual, do that ritual. We're not emphasizing that side of the teaching as much as the understanding of why and how we perform devotional service. We talk a lot about consciousness, we talk a lot about ontology. We more or less assume that you're going to read the scriptures. You pretty much have to read the scriptures to know what we're talking about at all. And of course we have lots of courses in the Causeless Mercy Vedic Library on the site. So all that material is there. Now, what does it mean? How can I understand it? How can I analyze the meaning of those scriptures? You see? If we start to understand on that level, then we will avoid these tendencies towards mundane religious sentiments and like that. Just like we were talking last night. The second chapter of Bhagavad-gītā, Arjuna asks, how can I recognize someone who's in transcendence? How does he sit? How does he walk? How does he speak? How does he talk? So Arjuna is asking from the external point of view, but Krishna answers from the internal point of view. A man who is in transcendental consciousness has no desire for material sense gratification. He's detached and he's not disturbed when there is suffering, and he's not elated when there is happiness. You see? The psychological platform. The platform of consciousness. So we are also instructing our students to view devotional service from the platform of consciousness, from the platform of the inner self. And the outer part is just preliminary. And we say this again and again and again, and we try to emphasize it over and over and over so that our students develop this attitude. You see, in ISKCON and similar societies, the reverse is true. They emphasize the outer. You get up at this time, you show up in the temple room dressed in uniform with tilak, and then you go through this ritual, 2, 3, 4. It's always the same every day. Everybody stands on the same square in the temple room, and then you chant your rounds, hut 2, and oh, I didn't even get to that yet. Sell lots of books, collect lots of money. It's like they run through the morning program it's like clockwork, It's this mechanical thing. You get up, go to the temple room, do all this stuff. Chant your rounds as fast as possible. Get out there, wolf down some prasadam, dive into the van, go out to the lots, sell the books, collect the money. Oh, man. There's no time to think of Krishna. Why? Because their whole emphasis is on the external side. So naturally, of course, there's going to be bickering, there's going to be competitiveness. I can collect more money than you. And they're collecting too much money, so the money gets wasted. And so on and on and on and on. But it's all due to a wrong attitude, a wrong viewpoint, a wrong understanding of the teachings. You have to see things from the internal point of view, from the spiritual point of view, not from the external point of view, or you're always going to be stuck on the religious platform, which is basically the material platform. You're not going to be able to transcend that and actually attain the spiritual platform. So this is critical, this is crucial. Even if you can't follow all the rules and regulations of the external part. If your attitude is right, you'll make progress. You see? It's really a matter of having the right attitude. So we would much rather see somebody with the right attitude whose practice is a little weak than somebody who is practicing all the things perfectly like a robot. And they're not even thinking about their attitude. Because then as soon as there's any little problem, they're going to get into projection and blame other people and start bickering and fighting. And then you get a bunch of people like that all in the same temple, and it's hell. It's just hell. I've been through that. I've been through years of that. And when I founded this preaching mission, I was determined that it was not going to wind up like that. So I did a lot of research and a lot of thinking of how it could be done better. And the conclusion I reached was very simple. We just have to follow the actual teaching. The actual teaching is there in Bhagavad-gītā on every page. You don't look at the outer qualities of a person. You emphasize the inner quality of a person. When Krishna says, gives his instructions on how to perform devotional service, he doesn't say, go out and collect a lot of money for me. He says, no, think of me. Manmana bhava madbhakto. If you want to be my devotee, think of me. Madhyaji magnamaskuru. Worship me. Offer your obeisances to me. See, this is an attitude. He's talking about the inner human being, the inner mood of the devotee. And we should see everything from that platform, not from the external point of view. External point of view is just preliminary. It's just the neophyte stage. Actually, the external practice of devotional service is very easy and simple. You get up early in the morning, you practice, you take a bath, you chant your mantra, you stay clean, you have a simple lifestyle, and you eat simply, you do, whatever your devotional service is, and you don't bicker, you don't complain, you don't get into big controversies with people. Everything's very simple, very low-key. A lot of people would be bored with that. I think a lot of the reasons that devotees get into controversies and arguments is that they're simply bored with the mode of goodness. They don't know how to deal with it. They're not enculturated to enjoy or to relish or even to appreciate the mode of goodness. They're all enculturated in the mode of passion. So they think that unless there's some big dramatic action taking place, there's nothing going on. And of course, that's not correct. The mode of goodness means that externally, everything is nice and smooth and quiet and peaceful, so that the real work can go on inside. You see? The drama, the adventure, the heavy-duty construction work is going on within, on the platform of consciousness. See? What we talk about, when we have conversations here, our conversations range over everything from, how to hypnotize a chicken to quantum mechanics. Really, we have conversations here over our lunch that you wouldn't believe. And sometimes you come out of there with your head spinning like, oh, wow, Because there's a lot going on inside, 1 minute we'll be talking about compost, and the next minute we'll be talking about cloud servers on the internet, and this is all practical stuff that we're doing. You see? So the real work is taking place on the internal platform. See? Like if you want to have a successful website, what's the key? You go get the most expensive server. We were just talking about that today. You go to some providers like Akamai and you pay, what was it, $42 a gigabyte per year? Per month. Holy cow. Oh man, that's crazy. But other places you go, you get almost the same service for like 42 cents 100 times less money. So question is, what do you want to do? Do you want the name? Do you want the fame? Do you want the big, the Mercedes hood ornament, that you can show off to everybody? Hey, look at me! I got the big name. Sadhu Sangha Guru Ananda Das Adhikari Maharaj. I got the big name. Or do you want, really, what you want is the internal satisfaction of meeting Krishna within and exchanging ecstatic devotional pastimes on the platform of consciousness. That's what everybody really wants. But we're not expert enough. That's our problem. We have no cultural background in consciousness. We have no scientific understanding